Alright, Scuffed AAR. This one will be talking about positioning and recognizing the advantages that you have. Uh, as of right now, we are on Tulil outskirts, RASV7, and we know that there are three T-72s up and probably one BMP-1. The second BMP-1 has died. Command is saying that nothing's here in Batha. Uh, no hab, no toes, no nothing. And we have Squad 3 in the heli here scouting and relaying tank information. He's saying that I think one or two tanks had already crossed the river and started moving east. He has the observe on one of the tanks that's moving east, and Squad 5, I believe, is either looking at one or is trying to scan for a tank. But we also have Squad 4 over here is hiding underneath this coyote. Either he's repping or he's getting done repping. He's going to move back up here to north of Squad 5. But I've decided that I don't want to stay all in line with the rest of these tanks. I want to be able to flank these tanks that are coming out from the north. That way we have multiple angles of attack against these tanks. The way that I want to do this is we're going to cross this river, head down east on this road, and then hopefully hang north and then attack them from the west. Get to the road and start heading east. Over here, it's just me talking to the crew, saying what I want. I'm gonna be telling Jarbear here because he's essentially gonna be looking the same direction as I am because we're both looking for these tank marks that are northwest of us. But I'll tell him in a second here. You don't have to hear it, but I'll tell him look northeast. I want to look northwest because we have multiple tank marks here. We don't know which ones are accurate.
Northeast for me. I'm looking northwest.
Tell him here to look northeast.
Yep, we're driving east on the dirt road.
We get a new updated mark from 3, which tells me he sees something around here. So I'm gonna move my camera here, and I see one tank here. Nothing really happens here. We just keep driving on the road. I tell my driver to keep going on the road. Don't stop even if I shoot. This tank and me sling a couple shots our way. I think Squad 5 or Squad 3 calls out another tank to this west here, but I still want to maneuver ourselves to this far east, especially because I know there's more tanks coming out this way, and I don't want to be attacked from two different angles. Yeah, we start slinging shots here. We completely miss each other. I tell my driver once we get onto this road. Yeah, once we hit the road, go north. But we have a situation here, which is we have a tank mark to our northeast. I don't know if this is right. I don't know who's placing these. So I need to get this scouted first before I push up because I don't want to go in a 1v2. Let this play out just a little bit. So I call for my driver to hold here, which is great. This tank can't see us. I'm pretty sure Jarber will be looking that way or scanning elsewhere. I'm going to be looking northeast because I want to make sure that our east side is clear before we push this tank. And I'm going to call that out in command chat for help. I'm going to call Squad 3 to... I called for Squad 3 to check my northeast because I want to be able to push this guy and not have to worry about my east side and get sandwiched. He scouted it. He says it's clear, so I tell my driver to move forward. We're still staying on the road. I'm just waiting, biding my time. I know this guy's probably going to burn me or just miss completely because his barrel's just like hitting the dirt here. I want to move west here. I'm just waiting until I get past this hill that's in front of me. This is a main that a lot of layers use, so I know there's going to be a berm right around here, and we'll have somewhat of a good either hold down or just a good spot to hit this tank from. That's what my plan is. As I scan this hillside, I don't really want to give a good skyline profile, so this location to get up and over and get eyes on this tank is not an ideal situation or an ideal place. This divot kind of looks better, so I'll tell my driver to go here. This spot also looks okay, but um, I don't know. I just like this northern side a bit better than
Let's
that.
go that way.
You can do that and then do a resupply of like 100 or 200 bills
So
and some
constantly checking the map. Again, we have multiple marks here. Looks like 3 is marking something out in the distance here. Most likely a tank. We have multiple tank marks here, so they're probably crossing the river east. There's also another tank mark over here. So we kind of have a general idea where these tanks are, so I know I don't have to like focus my attention elsewhere, and I just have to focus on this one tank that we know is in front of us, which is a great thing. You need to be constantly checking your map, making sure that the information that you're getting is relevant to you, and just know what kind of fights you're going to be getting yourself into, or what position you're getting yourself into.
Just let me know what you just hold the flight pattern. No, before I keep.
I know Bravo Mark is where the tank is, so I'm looking here already. We skyline here, and we see the command seat over here.
Hold.
Command seat
Engine off.
sees us right here, so he knows where we're at. I can see the other tank slinging shots at our other 2 tanks to the south. And so I know I won't be able to hit this guy. He's probably not going to move because this command seat is just letting him know that we're here. And he hasn't moved yet. So I'm going to try to take a shot over here. One to just to help our other tanks engage this tank, but also maybe bait this tank from his position and push us out. With completely short, this tank starts moving.
He's pushing it.
Yeah, he's gonna burn.
He's gonna burn it.
Wait for him to hit on the berm. I get a good turret shot here.
Stay here.
Nice.
Turn engine on.
Yeah, that's another thing. So I like how. Oh my god. Anyways, I like how our driver over here, his name's Iced Helix, constantly every time we say to hold, he turns his engine off. That makes it so it's harder to hear where we are and what our intentions are. Either pushing, retreating, whatever. It's just harder to hear and harder to locate your tank. But because he keeps on doing this, like you have to be aware. I know that this tank is probably gonna reposition himself so he doesn't burn his next shot again. So I'd make sure that our engine is on just in case he hits us in the ammo rack or somewhere important, and we're able to just coast or just move from our position. What he was doing wasn't wrong. It was actually really good. And over here, you could see that this tank pushed up more so he can get a good shot off. Especially since we're in a leopard. Like I know that he's probably going to be able to hit an ammo rack shot on us. I want to be able to move as soon as we get hit. So I get another good turret shot right here. At least I think it's a turret shot because they're smoking my face. Can't really tell. We get call out for half ammo rack shot, which is exactly what I was worried for. So it's telling him to push forward because I know he's not going to be able to have an angle on us down this hill. And we can reposition elsewhere and make him push us. So I see his barrel bounce up a lot here, which tells me he doesn't have any turret stabilization. So that's my advantage, is I'm able to get stabilized. I'm able to reposition our tank. And his best approach for this fight is to find a hold down position and wait for us to push. Because since his turret's not stabilized, he can't be shooting and moving. He's going to have to just hold. And I guess either his driver panics or he panics, or I don't know what the crew communication here was, but they are just constantly moving here.
He's turreted.
Squad 2 move is one.
So I push our advantage here. He tries to get into a divot. I bounce off his cheek of his turret. I call for north heading because I don't want to crest over this hill because he would have the better sight line on us. If we were to get tracked, we might not be able to hit him again. And he would be able to get an easier round off since he'll be like able to hold here in this little hole down. So he's already held here. We get a call out for hey, we need help to go deal with this other tank, but I'm worried right now about this tank. I need to deal with it first. I acknowledge him though. I say okay. And they are still moving. He's still turreted. What they should have done is just hold. Just don't even move. Your turret's fucked. Just if you take it in the ass, you take it in the ass. This is a losing fight. Just try your best to stay patient. The ammo rack spot on this is relatively easy to hit, and you just got to try to do as much damage as you can. But turning with a broken turret is just a really hard shot to hit. So he hits, but he bounces. I call out to go south because we're still heading west, and I don't want to get this hill in our way. We start turning here. He starts pushing. Don't know why, but he dies here. We're still getting callouts for help. Me recognizing where we are, all we have to do is go west.
Just killed one tank.
Call it out in command chat, and there's the second tank.
About 30 seconds probably.
Get one good ammo rack shot here. I also can tell, I think, it wasn't hurt a lot, if at all. Yeah, it wasn't hurt at all, it looks like.
30 seconds probably.
But I get a good ammo rack shot here. He kind of panics. I think he disengages here. Yeah. Which is good. I missed my shot.
Oh, my
Ruins the clip. He starts disengaging, but we're already set. I know where his ammo rack shot is. I've already ranged him out, so we're good. I call out to go west here because I know that we still have one tank up, or actually I don't know if we have one tank up. I want to be able to either cut his escape or be ready to attack the next tank that I think is on our west side.
Yeah, I'm killing it right now.
And I rack him here.
He's ammo rack.
The fire here. And that's pretty much the clip. So again, important things to take away here is actually how we approached, which was on the road. These are flat surfaces, very easy to gain speed, especially since we have a long distance here. This is probably like, what, 600, 700 meters. Hard shot to hit a fast-moving target, even if you're stationary. We have a lot of berms in the way, which I know, which will help protect us as we reposition. Another thing that we need to be aware of is the map marks. When we held over here, I made sure to clear this area before I pushed up. It's just like infantry clearing rooms when they're trying to take a house. You know, you want to make sure that every room is clear before you check the next floor. This is basically what I did. I just made sure my east was clear before pushing out to the west. And then when you're turreted, you want to make sure that you get in just a decent position. You're probably going to lose, especially if you know that you haven't really gotten good shots off, or even if you got good shots off. Like having a broken turret in a very bumpy terrain, like you're not really winning those fights. So you just gotta hold your position and just pray you have better luck than the other gunner. But in terms of us, we pressed our advantage because we knew he was turreted and he had to either run or just get into a position where he wouldn't be able to ammo rack us. So I outmaneuvered him. We're able to cause him the panic and bounce his shot, kill him, and we're able to help the rest of our team kill this one tank. And that's about it. Thanks for watching.